Welcome to the Loveland Report Loan Radio Show. I'm Cleve, Loveland, alongside Bruce Woodburn. Thanks for tuning in. We're going over what's happening in real estate and mortgages this week, and I've got a couple of listings for you here. These are great buys, Bruce. Ocala, $295,000, brand new home on an oversized quarter-acre lot.
Brand new home for $295,000. How many bedrooms?
3 bedrooms, 2 baths, Marion Oaks, right next to near the Don Garlett's Drag Racing Museum.
Okay.
Nice venue. $295,000 for that one. 1,700 square feet with a rear covered rear porch. I've got the Hamptons in MetroWest. Beautiful house. This house is $643,000. Solar panels are paid off. 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, plus a bonus room, 3,000 square feet. And this house was bought from the gentleman that renovated before this owner just did an awesome job. Stonework everywhere, big old built-in 80-inch TV screen. Just a gorgeous MetroWest house. No pool. If you don't want to take care of a pool, there's room if you need one. And that's $643,000 for that one.
Well, wait a minute. I want you to, because you said something and we kind of just glossed over it. You said the solar panels are paid for.
Paid for.
So listen, you guys hear me talk on the radio about solar panels and how much I hate them. And I don't hate them because of what they do. I hate them for the problems that they cause clients.
They hurt the liquidity of the home.
They absolutely do.
But this, because sometimes the company won't transfer the loan. These are paid off. You're getting practically a zero power bill on a 3,000 square foot home. Also, I've got the Springs in Longwood. This is a townhome in this neighborhood, Bruce. It's very nice because it's an end unit. So only neighbor on one side. You've got nobody behind you. So you're looking at like a conservation area, 2 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. You walk into this unit. It's got fresh laminate flooring, 1,800 square feet. It's got 20-foot ceilings in the living area, Bruce. You walk in, there's 20-foot windows looking at the conservation area behind you for $440,000. And the Springs amenities are just top notch. I can't think of another community in Central Florida besides like Isleworth or Cypress Point that has amenities like this. Plus, you get a live guard, but you don't have RPs in Isleworth for $440,000. I've got one in Greater Country Estates for $567,000. This house is on over an acre, 2,400 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, fresh paints outside. Inside's been renovated, wood floors, ceramic tile floors. An extra building on this. The HOA is practically non-existent. I'm sure it's $50 a year and it's optional. So, and so you want to take a look at any of these listings, or you're hunting for your dream home, or you want to hear your house on the radio, call me at 407-352-8118. Now, also, this leads me to my next subject, Bruce. This house listed for $567,000.
Yep.
Best price in the neighborhood for square footage.
Yep.
1 acre lot. Mm-hmm. Being shown multiple times.
Okay.
Somebody sent me an offer $50,000 below list price.
And it's at 557.
It's at 567. 567. For $50,000 below list. Now,
and how long has it been on the market?
It's been on the market for 6 weeks.
Okay.
The price was just adjusted 10 days ago.
Okay. So now, look, I don't know. It's a low offer, but it's worth negotiating.
Oh, I will. And I'll get it. I'll probably get it closed. But the other thing, the realtor obviously didn't look or didn't show it to her clients, or the client's stubborn. The last 2 sales in the neighborhood are $590 and $600.
Right.
And we're well below that. But well below. This is what I talk about on writing a good offer and showing the clients what's realistic. Homes are still selling for 98, 99% of list price, Bruce.
Yeah.
There might be some costs in there for some people.
Closing costs they may have paid. Yep.
But coming in 10% below or 9% below list price doesn't serve anybody. And it just sets up a difficult.
I think a lot of people just throw it against the wall just to see what the temperature of the seller is.
I will tell you, Nick,
you'll negotiate that deal out, and either it'll be a deal or it won't be a deal.
I certainly would never take that. We can adjust our price a little more to $557 if we don't have any offers. We'll probably get more people. We're going to get more than that. That's what frustrates me about this business, Bruce. We got a lot of that out there. Realtors not knowing how to do market analysis, going, "Hey, this listing's priced right. I think you should go in close to full price."
Yeah.
And the buyer's protected by an appraiser, but thinking you can steal, just saying, "Oh, I want to try and see if I can steal it." Well, she could have called me. I could have saved her some paper and saved her some.
But realtors have to submit an offer, and if the buyer said, "Hey, I want you to make an offer at that," they're trying, and at least they're an offer, and let's see how they negotiate. Everything's negotiable.
A little frustrating. So you wanted to dig into the property tax.
So, we've got a couple of these different bills that are being proposed, And one of them is HJR 201 that would eliminate everything, eliminate all non-school, everything but non-school taxes, right? So the schools, you still got to pay the school taxes. So it would basically reduce your taxes by 40 to 60%. So let's call it 50%. So if you're paying $8,000 a year in property taxes, would you be okay with 4? Because I would. I would. Now, here's the dilemma that a lot of these bills have not come up with the resolution yet. Where are we going to make up the money? Because a lot of them are saying that the county cannot increase any of their fees. They can't increase it, right? So we've got to find other avenues. Now, could we increase a little bit of the for tourism? So, but we don't want to go too much because we see other states that have done that and it backfired on them, right? So could we go maybe a 0.5% on that?
I thought most of the increase was coming from sales tax.
Well, that's a different proposal. That is proposal HJR 787 and 791. Now, this proposal to me is over the top. And it would benefit some, but it wouldn't benefit all. So HJR 787 would eliminate all property taxes on all properties, okay? All properties, and they would increase sales taxes by 3%. So let's just put this in numbers, because when you first hear it, it's like, yeah, I don't know about this. So eliminating your property taxes, but you increase your sales tax. The average family, that would cost them about $800 to $900 more a year in sales tax on things that you purchase, because we're not taxed on food, right? So it would increase that by $800 to $900 on an average family that makes $110,000 a year. So
you're saving $400 a month.
You're saving $400 a month. You're saving $4,000 possibly, or $5,000 a year is what you're saving. Now, the other hitch to that is they wanted a 5% exit tax. So when you sell your home, you pay a fee of 5% of whatever you sold it for. Now, there's where I didn't like it at all.
I don't like that at all.
I don't like it at all. But if you do the math and you kept your home for 5 years, depending on how much that appreciation went out, you broke even at about 5 years. So if you keep it for 10 years, you're ahead of the game. Now, here's the other thing. It would kill you and I as home flippers. So if we want to buy a home that needs a lot of work and turn around and sell it, are we going to be subject to a 5% penalty? Because then I'm not flipping houses anymore. It's not worth it.
Well, right now we've got dock stamps on the deed as a seller, and that's 0.7%. Yeah, that went to 1% or something like that. But I think there's a mixture. You remember Herman Cain used to talk about the flat tax? And I forget, he had 3 things. It was 999. I think it was a 9% personal income tax. It was a 9% sales tax. And then there was another 9, I forget what the last 9% was, 9% on capital gains or something like that.
Yeah.
But I think a mixture of those ideas is great. I'm against any big end tax, changing 5% off a home sale when a seller just moved in 4 years ago and only put 5% down. They might be locked in the home for a bit. So
absolutely. So listen, my point is that there is merit to some of these, and some are better. Actually, the one DeSantis proposed is the easiest one for us to get through, but it's got the least amount of legs behind it. And I don't understand it, but I don't think these folks are going to vote for this if they don't have a clear understanding of where the taxes are going to be made up. So I think, and this has got to be resolved by March 13th. March 13th. They started January 13th. It's got to end March 13th. And then it'll go to vote. First, it's got to pass the House and the Senate, Florida House and Senate. Then it's got to go to vote, and you'll have to have a 60% vote. So you need to go to my YouTube pages and watch these, and then call me. Let's talk about them. If you've got ideas or you think some things are better than others, but I do suggest that you truly get all the facts, because some of them, they sound good when you say them fast, and then you look at them, you go, not so much. And then other ones, they kind of sound ooh, I don't like that one. Yep. But then at the end of the day, maybe it makes a little bit more sense. So which ones do you like, not like? How do you think they're
Well,
going to
there's
affect?
4 other states besides us trying to do this in one form.
Oh, there's actually 12 now that
Okay,
are
good,
they're
good.
jumping on,
I got an
right?
article here from in the news, but actually Orlando Business Journal. But it's the main thing is, yes, I think we're overtaxed. When there's a budget, people can save money. I love what Doge was out there doing. And transferring it off just the primary homeowners, just on your primary residence. It's going to help our real estate and save tax. But
So we need to make up about $18 billion. Doge alone, just in a few counties and cities, found 1.9 billion. Now that's not 18, okay? But
in Florida,
in Florida, and that's not even analyzing everything. The problem is the feds don't have the authority to make the counties and cities do what they need to do. But I think oversight for any municipality is, like they say, they self-oversight themselves.
Mhm.
Are you honestly saying that? I mean, really?
Yeah.
That's the
That's
fox watching the
oxymoron.
chicken
Yeah,
house, right?
Yeah, something along those lines.
So listen, Cleve Loveland, 407-25, sorry about that, 407-352-8118, cleveloveland.com. Bruce Woodburn, the Lone Ranger, 407-250-9144, or webringyouhome.com. Listen, we need to talk about this. I think there's a lot to be said about it. And there's one other thing before we go into the next topic. I am looking for another team member on my team that's got a licensed mortgage loan originator that wants to work in-house on my team. You don't have to go out and find business. I get the business, but you got to have experience in structuring mortgages. If you're interested, call me now at 407-250-9144. My business is picking up and I'm building my team up. So call me. I'm looking for talent.
All right. I am too. Need some admin in my office. Need a listing manager. Got 2 good agents on my team. You know what's fun? You know, Bruce, I interview about 1 or 2 a week.
Yes.
And excuse me, 1 or 2 agents a month. They come to me, or they heard me on the radio. And when I show them our structure and what's required,
scares them away.
they like, sometimes and after I meet with them, they seem like a fit. I'll say, all right, I'm going to send you a personality test and some basic questions. I want to get a background on you. 3/4 of them don't, they just ghost me.
Well, it's because they want to work part-time and you're not a part-time machine. I mean, you can't do what you do part-time, and we're not part-timers. We work this business and we're helping clients 7 days a week,
Biggest
7 days a week.
Biggest red flag I can tell people: if your realtor is not in real estate full-time, or your lender's not in lending full-time, big red flag. Walk away.
And be careful of these out-of-state lenders. You guys are getting duped. You know how many deals I save because clients called me and they went, I got another guy that says he can do it for cheaper. And I'm like, they're not going to do it for cheaper. And then it ends up going to hell in a handbasket. I have a client right now that I got approved on a first-time home buyer program. She ended up ditching me and went to Wells Fargo because they have a community. They have the community redevelopment event that they have.
Banks have 2023, and she's still trying.
No. So listen, I had this client already approved. Realtors out showing them. She gets wooed by Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo literally crapped the bed on her. So now she comes back, but now it puts her behind the 8 ball. Now, am I saving it? Yes, I'm saving it. But you people hear these things and you run for shiny objects. If it's a shiny object and it's got merit, I will have the product. Trust me. I do.
You got the product.
I got the product. 407-250-9144 or webringyouhome.com. 35 years in the mortgage business, helping folks all over the United States. Every single state I can lend in. So you call me, you want to buy, sell, refi, home equity, reverse mortgages, doing tons of those right now. Construction loans, I got them. You need them.
Loveland Properties, chances are one of those rooftops on your street. I've helped sell it, I've helped buy it, or I've helped manage it as investment property, or my family has in the past 50 years. So call me at 407-352-8118. We'll be back right after this.
Yep. Don't go anywhere. We got lots more to talk about. We got some juicy topics. And you got any more listings you want to cover? You got them all.
All right.
We'll be back in 5. Don't go anywhere.